considering how stacked that group was, Tom, I mean, how happy were you with that qualifying effort?
I struggled, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe we overreacted or expected something else, but yeah, I just didn't have a lot of confidence. It's been a hard weekend, you know. Obviously I didn't really do FP1 again. So yeah, missing practice in such a competitive series, mate. You're on your back foot the whole way, and yeah, just a bit disappointed really, because it was a track I knew, but just haven't really, just missed it a bit there with the car in that session. So, but I mean, yeah, just keep chipping away. So yeah, it was obviously it's a pretty good tight field, right? A stacked pack. Yeah, you can't have any mishaps, you know, on the weekend because it's just so close, so competitive. So yeah, we'll just keep chipping away.
Looking over the data right now, what were you missing there? What more did you need?
Just missing overall pace, man. We've had some moments where it was okay, but struggling for grip. I don't know. Not much we could do.
Frustrating for sure. They had made some changes before qualifying and obviously didn't work as well as they'd hoped. At our monitor, and you kind of grimaced when you look at the monitor there, but I know every session is learning for you. What did you learn kind of about the limit of your capabilities in the car there in that qualifying session?
Well, I mean, of course I'm disappointed because I'm a racing driver and I always want to do the best job possible. But, you know, it was my first ever IndyCar qualifying session, so it was really fun. I pushed the limits. In the end, that's not as bad as I thought. I'm not so far from Pato, which, I mean, he's a really good driver. I think I have to look at the data to understand where can I find some time on him. But overall, of course, it's only the first ever IndyCar qualifying, so that's fine. You know, I will work hard, we will improve, and tomorrow is the race, so it's a complete new thing for me.
What do you, now that you're going to start near the 20th spot, what goals do you have now? How do you navigate traffic? How do you learn on the fly and just make a good day out of it?
I mean, starting so far back like this, I will just try to complete the race, you know, learn as much as possible on the strategy, on the tire degradation, on the fuel saving. It's going to be new for me, and hopefully we can grab some positions. I will try to do my best, and I think finishing in the top 15 or close to top 10, that can be a good goal. So yeah, let's focus on the race now. I will work a little bit on the data to see where can I improve, but yeah, overall that was fun. I enjoyed it.
Thanks, Taylor.
Here at Long Beach, nobody expected this. Did how the car reacted there surprise you in this session, Pato?
I wasn't unhappy with it, to be honest. We're just slow, not fast enough. So, yeah, no real explanation for that. I thought it was going to be fine, at least to transfer, but you know, I think we went in the wrong way for P2, and then we went back to what we had yesterday, and I just think we missed the window a little bit. But I wasn't unhappy with the car at all. Just obviously not fast enough.
So when you have a situation like that, Pato, where you know the car wasn't bad, but it doesn't have the speed, what direction do you go for tomorrow?
I mean, the race is a different monster, so you try and get it as good as possible for what this race trends to be, which is usually a fuel save, kind of, you know, sitting behind the leader kind of thing, unless it starts getting messy with yellow. So we just need to focus on that tomorrow and then just make our way forward with pit stops and all that stuff. But, you know, it's a good thing that we've got a fresh set of greens to use in the race tomorrow, I'd say. I'd be surprised if it's a black race, but yeah, disappointing.
The big question, and to make the point, Colton Herter won from 14th just a couple of years ago. How do you make that happen?
If our race car is good, well, I can do it. It's just we need to make sure that we get it at that position, you know, and we get it in that window where I can really, you know, take advantage of the tools that I've got. But for now, we just have to dive in to really see where we missed it, because it's not a tenth, it's 3/10, so it's quite a chunk here.
Canapino tomorrow. He'll start in the 20th spot right now. So we've talked throughout the weekend. I know the car has speed, so what were you kind of missing there in that qualifying session?
I think, honestly, we are in the worst group because I am only 3/10 with my fastest lap. I did a mistake on the last lap, and I lost my fastest lap, but I lost only one position. It's similar. But anyway, I am 3-4 tenths off from the leaders. Not bad at all, really good. But this group was really competitive. I think we had a good car, 10 and 9 in the practice. Not the best result on qualifying, but I think we have a good car to try to get good points tomorrow.
And I know you didn't get a ton of laps on the greens in practice just because of traffic and that sort of thing. So were you surprised at all by how the car changed when you put those on, or was it about what you expected?
No, yeah, honestly, good. Again, so we are only 3 tenths, same time with Romain. Both Junco's car 3-4 tenths from the leader. So I think we're in a good situation. Of course, this IndyCar is very competitive, and we are in the worst group, unfortunately. But it's what it is. I think it's not the result we want, of course. The car can get more speed, but tomorrow we have a long race to try to get a better result.
All right, Augustine Canapino will roll from about the 20th spot. Catching up with Santino Ferrucci and just discussing some of the issues that you've had as we go green here for this next group. Tough to get out there and put a lap together with the limited practice you guys have had.
Yeah, we've been struggling with a couple of issues, just electrical, and then some other things in FP1 just hurt us. The second session, which is the one where you run 3 sets of new tires, man, and you really get into the Q-Sim. We went out, got our installs in, and then we went out on new tires and had another issue. We were just trying to find the gremlin in the car. We had the same issue at the open test. It's real tough when you don't know what it is. That's the thing. It's very rare with all the sensors today. But I'm proud of our Sexton Property Chevrolet crew for getting us back out there. We're trying hard here at AJ Foyt Racing, and that's the least we could do. One lap of practicing for the qualifying stint here, and I just kind of missed into the brake zone of 1. But as you can tell, we've done no setup work, no nothing. We're just flying blind.
Yeah, and he'll roll from 10th tomorrow. So what more did you need there out of your car?
Nothing really. I was happy with it. It's tight margins, right? Like 3 tenths between 1st and 10th. It's just so close around this place. Unfortunately, I was just stuck in dirty air on the last bit of my lap, and I think that's probably where we lost it. I was up until kind of turn 8, and then got into a little bit of dirty air from Felix. He wasn't really in a place that he's impeding me, but at the same time, it's just you don't have full downforce when you're behind him, so I lost a little bit of time there. So disappointed with that, but we know our AutoNation's Honda is quick. Clearly, our teammates are doing it right now. So going to root for them. Hopefully they get a pole.
Well, you're going to be in traffic, obviously, tomorrow, at least at the start. So how much more difficult does that make your job, just kind of given what you just described?
It's going to be hard no matter what. It's always hard, no matter where you're starting at. Obviously, 10th is not ideal, especially with how fast we are. But like I said, it's just so close between all these guys right now, and it's really anyone's fight at the moment. But hopefully we can take it to them tomorrow.
All right, the Andretti cars are fast. Kirkwood just going to have to pass some cars tomorrow, Marty.
Boy, let's chat with Scott McLaughlin. I think the thing that jumps out to me is just how tight this field is, Dylan. Man, when it's 3/100ths of a second that you miss the Fast Six by, how do you analyze that?
Was it that much? I don't even know.
It's only 3/100ths.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, that's just how it is. But, look, the Odyssey Battery Chevys felt really good all weekend. We just didn't quite hit it on that run. Yeah, a bit of a bummer, but we'll fight from there. It's so tight. Anyone can win this race, so we'll just keep our heads down and keep working.
When you start outside the top 10 at Long Beach, how can you make it happen to get up there and get a podium?
Oh, a couple of years, a California kid did that a couple of years ago, so I think there's no doubt. I think it's just a matter of just getting a good start, picking the right strategy, the right time. A little bit of lady luck come your way, and who knows, and I've got to do a good job myself in the car, so yeah, it's all on tomorrow. We'll see how we go.
And the other thing is there's a couple of good cars starting back there with you, which does that help?
I don't care. Yeah, no worries. They're all the same.
There you go. So Scott McLaughlin will start 11th tomorrow. Again, that second time that Colton Herta reference has come up when he started 14th here a few years ago, Dylan, and won the race.
Scott Dixon just missed out, so gave it a go there at the end. You feel like you needed something more from your cars, or just that close?
I think the PNC Bank Honda was pretty good. We just I think I was in between laps, so should have pushed harder on lap 3, and lap 4 it just halfway through it didn't really have much left from the rear tires, so a little bit frustrating there. I think balance was pretty good. We had a ton of issues yesterday, so kudos to the team for fixing a lot of the stuff that we needed to. The car was definitely more competitive, but we'll see what plays out here. But 8th, sure, you can still win from there if things kind of roll your way, but nice to have a bit of a smoother day today. I want to see where it rolls out.
You always want to start up front, obviously, and of course at a place like Long Beach you do, but what does starting there present? What kind of challenge does that present tomorrow?
It depends. It depends a lot on how the start goes. Obviously, we saw some yellows that kind of conflicted with some cars at the end. I wasn't in the end of the race last year. I was already back at the hotel, I think, after being in the wall. So, it depends really where those yellows fall. I think this row actually 7 and 8 passed all the way up to third place last year on the front straight. With the start. So, we'll see what happens. But just stay out of trouble and then try and go from there.
I want to talk too quickly just about the alternate tires, and we've heard everybody kind of say about 3 to 4 laps when they come in. How quickly do they fall off afterwards? What does that look like for tomorrow as far as if you can do something different to maybe run them longer?
Yeah, you won't really know. One, because the warm-up tomorrow will be super cold yesterday we didn't really get to run on them very long. So, it's always a little bit of an unknown. You've got St. Pete to go off. It looked like there was no real deg issues there. This track should be kinder to the tire in some cases. So, I think that the tires themselves are really hard for the current car, obviously anticipation of the hybrid to come. So unfortunately there's not a whole lot of deg, which definitely hurts the racing right now.
Thanks, Scott. Marty.
Boy, that was tight qualifying. Like, where could you have imagined getting that little bit of time you needed to make the Fast Six?
I tried everything, really. I think what we just spoke about now on the stand is we need to be incredibly pleased with where we are compared to last year, because it's a big step up. Graham and I knocking on the door. It was the one car that didn't make it through, right? So we were there, and it's small margins, but compared to last year, we were a second and a half off. And today we're a tenth and a half off. So it's been a big improvement, and got to thank the team in Hy-Vee for all of that.
To make that big of a leap, Christian, what then would be a good result tomorrow, considering how far you were off the mark last year?
I think when the pace slows down in the race, it always suits us better. So I think we'll have a good race car, and we've done it on a street circuit before, so I don't see a reason why we shouldn't be able to do it tomorrow.
What's the challenge of Long Beach when you're starting outside the top 6?
Is there something that isn't a challenge around here?
That's a good point, Christian. Yeah.
It's a wonderful track. It's fun. It's exciting. It's bumpy. It's a street circuit, but it has different patches. One year there's a new pavement in this corner, but just before it, it's pavement, concrete. Sorry, and it's all different, and that's the part of the challenge. But we didn't make it through today, but we were sure as hell much happier than we were last year.
Big step forward for the Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan team. Christian Lundgaard will start 7th tomorrow, Dylan.
And right behind him will be Marcus Armstrong. He'll roll from the 9th spot. So it's so close and so tight out there. But what do you think about your car and your laps?
It is. It's very close. I have to say that the team nailed it, because in free practice it was looking a bit iffy. And then we put on the greens and we just had pace. So we didn't nail the lap in Q2, or let's say I didn't nail it, which is a shame, and I'm a bit disappointed with that. But overall, I think we have a really good car, and we're quite steady on tire life. So I feel like tomorrow's going to be a really interesting race.
How tough is it in qualifying at these places just to find some clean racetrack and find some openings to get a clean lap in and get the lap that you want?
Everyone's pretty respectful in quali, but FP is an absolute nightmare. Like, everyone is scattered everywhere. Everyone's backing off before the last corner, and I think it's as difficult for the strategist as it is for the driver. So, but it's part of the fun, and I'm sure that tomorrow is going to be chaotic as an IndyCar race at Long Beach always is. So it's going to be awesome.
Thanks.
And Will Power misses by just that much.
Easy. P2. Rosenquist dipped it by 4 thousandths. Yeah, story of my life lately. Means we can win from there.
Well, it's still by far the best performance he's had outside of the doubleheader oval sweep at Iowa last year. 6th was his best qualifying performance on a non-oval last year, Dylan. Will Power is definitely back.
Well, and hey, with how this day started, I know you hate to lose it by that much, but will you take a second after an eventful practice session this morning?
Oh, yeah, man. Take a top 6, actually. Just getting in the Fast Six again is a big deal for me. Just working hard on my qualifying. I've been quick all year in practice, so super stoked to transfer. Obviously, it hurts a bit when you miss out by that much, but honestly, I couldn't. I mean, Felix must have done a phenomenal lap. Like, I couldn't pick anywhere where I made a mistake. I mean, it was about as good as I could do, so it's cool to get the Verizon car on the front row again. It's been a long time. We can certainly win from there.
How do you approach turn 1 tomorrow with the race down there and the heavy braking and ultimately, obviously, trying to come out ahead?
Yeah, it's just just got to be smart. You know, you can never predict what's going to happen there, and we'll see. Try to get a good start. Try stay in second. That would be nice, and go from there.
Great recovery for Will Power, second here in qualifying.
Get the speed out of it. How hard did you have to work on that qualifying lap?
Yeah, it was hard, man. Honestly, I didn't think I had it because I had a big tank slapper out of 5. But, man, honestly, big thanks to Auto Nation, Sirius XM, MyShank Racing. This is I think, the team's first pole, and official pole at least. We had one in thermal as well. But, this is awesome. That was a hard fought one, and I haven't seen the results yet. But I believe
4 1,000ths of a second.
Yeah, okay, yeah. There you go. That's IndyCar for you.
Over Will Power, too. That's got to mean something.
Oh yeah, huge respect for Power and the laps he can put down. But yeah, man, it's it doesn't come easy. Every lap out there is like you're flirting with the walls. But that was a fun one.
You have shown you can do it on Saturdays. How do you get it done on Sunday, though? That's the big question.
That's the big question. I think here is huge to start on pole, though. Normally, historically, here it's a good race to lead. So we'll take advantage of that and. See how we can make the tires last. I have a good feeling about it. I think we have a good race car, and our package has been really good here in the past. So, yeah, excited.
You get to collect this award, and you can hand